Orthodontics is moving faster than it ever has. More technology, more aligner options, more choices to make. But progress isn't just about who moves first, it's about who moves well. Today's conversation is about innovation, competition, and what it actually means to build trust in a rapidly evolving aligner market. To help our ortho audience make the best decisions for their practice, we had Joe Hogan from Invisalign on the show just a couple of months ago. That's episode 78. If you haven't listened to it, you can find it. Today we're joined by Jason Tabb, Vice President and General Manager of Angel Aligner North America, to unpack how Angel has scaled so quickly, where digital orthodontics is heading, and how Angel Aligner views innovation in this competitive market. This is the Golden Age of Orthodontics. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Golden Age of Orthodontics. One thing we know is that the future of orthodontics is digital. For me, the KL Owen custom solution checks off all of the boxes, takes the guesswork out of treatment planning, reduces treatment time and appointments, and lets the team best support the orthodontist. If you haven't already, I suggest you check them out. You can get more information as well as a special offer on our website. Just go to pplpractice.com and click our Partner tab. Welcome to the Golden Age of Orthodontics. I'm Leon Klempner, retired board-certified orthodontist, Director of Orthodontics at Mount Sinai Hospital, part-time faculty at Harvard and Montefiore, current president of the New York State Society of Orthodontics.
Congrats.
Thank you. And most importantly, the CEO of People in Practice. I practiced for about 40 years before co-founding People in Practice with my partner, my daughter, and my podcast co-host, Amy Epstein. Welcome, Amy.
Thank you. Yes, I'm Amy Epstein, and we do this podcast together because my background is brand marketing and communications. And, as you know, my dad's an orthodontist, and we'd started People in Practice, and we do the podcast to bring together the knowledge of the business of orthodontics with professional strategic marketing that works. And the foundation of that is knowing what the technologies and opportunities are out there that we can market on behalf of orthodontists to attract new patients and differentiate from all the other orthodontists that are out there. So before we get into it, as we start out the new year, I wanted to make sure that all of you listeners know about the things that are happening through People in Practice Media, both for the Golden Age of Orthodontics podcast and for our other podcast, which is geared toward team members at orthodontic practices. It's called Practice Talk, and it's hosted by Lacey Ellis. For the Golden Age, upcoming guests include Dr. Neil Kravitz and Trey Lawrence. And we also have some interesting topics that we'll dive into in a deeper format through webinars as part of our orthodontic learning series. So stay tuned for those. You can subscribe to them on the website as they come, and we'll send out emails as well.
And we've also been invited to give a talk at WOCON, Western Orthodontic Conference in Monterey later this year. If you're around, we'd love to see you there. We're going to give a lecture on AI and answer engine optimization. The name of the talk is going to be The AI Advantage, Elevating Orthodontists, Not Replacing Them. So we're excited about that.
We are excited about that. We hope to see you there. Let us know if you will be there. We'd love to meet up. Speaking of innovation in orthodontics, today we're excited to welcome Jason Tabb, Vice President and GM of Angel Aligner North America. A little bit about Jason's background. He leads Angel Aligner's growth across the U.S. and Canada, working closely with doctors on digital workflows, aligner innovation, and building more patient-driven treatment experiences. Before joining Angel, Jason held senior leadership roles at Ormco, helping drive global marketing strategy and commercial excellence across the orthodontic industry. And we're really happy to have Jason here today as he brings a big picture view of how technology gets adopted and the practical changes practices can make to stay competitive, which I know is important to everyone listening today. Welcome, Jason. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you, Amy. And Leon, thank you. It's really a pleasure, and I really appreciate the opportunity.
So, Jason, if I recall, I think it might have been 2022 or 2023 when I was walking around the AAO exhibit hall, as I often do, looking for what's new and what some of our podcast listeners might be interested in. I came across this little kind of small booth on the side, and it was called Angel Aligner. And I said, oh, another aligner company, kind of late to the game, and I don't know about this one. And sure enough, you've made some significant improvements in market share over the last couple of years. So here's my question. From where you sit, what market conditions made that timing viable? And what do you think orthodontists are responding to?
Yeah, Leon, the timing was exactly right for Angel in 2023. Not only to make the entry possible, but to actually make it successful. And what we did was we positioned 20 years of innovation developed around a high population of complex cases and introduced several first-in-market innovations, such as our Angel Button and our Angel Aligner Pro dual material full-featured system. In 2020, we added a second manufacturing facility, which gave us the capacity to scale globally without disrupting service. And in 2021, Angel Aligner joined the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. So in 2023, as you were walking around the AAO floor, we had many orthodontists, as you may remember, looking for viable alternatives. And Angel entered the U.S. market there with a product that excelled in treating complex, comprehensive cases, over 1 million cases delivered, consistent case design by highly skilled design techs and on-staff orthodontists, and most importantly, happy orthodontic customers who shared what they loved about Angel with their peers. And Leon, for the second part of your question, I think orthodontists are really responding to the fact that Angel listens. We put orthodontists' needs at the forefront of all that we do, and we provide them what they need and what they want. You know, our leadership team has well over 100 years of combined orthodontic industry experience, and we're backed by the best team that could possibly be built. Orthodontists are also resonating with Angel's values, and we have a passion for orthodontics, clinical excellence, and a people-first mentality, which, through collaboration with orthodontists, has allowed us to very rapidly update our software and our hardware. So Angel meets the orthodontist expectations for consistent case setups, responsive service, and quick turnaround times, and easy, intuitive software.
So let's talk a little bit about differentiation. Because, and this is a question that if anybody's listening out there, you know, you may notice the pattern that I typically tend to go here. This is where I live, in this brand development space and in the marketing communication space. So I'm always interested in understanding what makes technologies and practices, and we're working with practices, different, and how can we elevate that message in order to attract more patients. So I'll ask you, you know, as I know, differentiation matters in the aligner market more than ever, because you need to be able to tell what's the difference between these options. When it comes to aligner systems, differentiation can show up in treatment capabilities, workflow, economics. From your perspective, where is Angel genuinely differentiated from other options in the market?
Yeah, Amy, it's ease of doing business, which is one of our most highly rated net promoter score factors, along with a friendly and approachable product portfolio with full featured solutions. In Angel case setups, which are consistently rated 9 out of 10, achieved by a combination of human intelligence, clinical expertise, and software innovations. You know, we're really following doctors' protocols with real live design technicians with several years of experience and supervised by a team of orthodontists. And then there's clinical performance. Our innovative algorithms address common challenges that doctors typically face when treating challenging cases with clear aligners. We have an A6 mandibular advancement system. We have an A7 premolar extraction solution. We have what we call an A8 molar distalization solution. And all these solutions together enable the orthodontist to be able to treat cases very efficiently where they're trying to make complex tooth movements. Also, the orthodontists are very impressed with our consistent and reliable turnaround times, as well as our simple pricing structure, which doesn't have them chasing volumes or feeling like they are pressured to use aligners on a case they would really prefer not to.
So, Jason, Amy lives in the marketing and differentiating world, and I live in the clinical world. So, my background in orthodontics, I've done a lot of, aligner cases over the years. And you talk a lot about the digital workflow and next generation aligner design. You mentioned the aligner button as one of the innovations. You mentioned a few other things. So I'm curious, what are some of the most recent advancements or launches that you are most excited about?
Well, Leon, you mentioned it, the Angel button, and I am super excited about the Angel button, and I'm not alone. Orthodontists across North America are extremely excited about the button from a clinical perspective. In fact, the product won Best New Product Award in 2025 by the Digital Orthodontist. And this feature gives clinicians greater flexibility and control of force delivery when they're using elastics, which translates into better tooth control and fewer emergency visits. We also have the Angel hook. And many may not know about that, but the Angel hook is for the treatment of class 3 cases with the use of headgear. Imagine that, using headgear with aligners. This hook can withstand very high forces and enables treatment of very difficult cases with class 3 and class 2 cases. And I don't know of any other company that's actually talking about treating difficult cases with clear aligners for class 3 and class 2 difficult cases all in one breath. Our A6 mandibular advancement system, which I mentioned earlier, also has been very well received for the treatment of skeletal class 2 cases. And this year we'll be launching Angel Kid, a 3-in-1 system for early treatment, which has an optional tongue crib and tongue guide. Also can combine with our A6 mandibular advancement appliance, allows doctors to simultaneously address dental alignment, muscular function, and jaw and bone development. We also have an intelligent root system, which is a digital solution we affectionately call IRS. That gives doctors visualization of the true root and jaw morphology. And the exciting thing about that is that it really takes treatment planning to a whole new level, giving doctors a true analysis of the crown and root data and allowing them to modify the alveolar bone and root relationship in the software. And then we have the Angel Pro product. This utilizes 2 unique materials. We have a flexible and a firm aligner used interchangeably throughout treatment. And this is very effective at addressing complex third-order movements and challenging distalization cases.
So, Jason, just to be clear, the Angel button and the Angel hook, these are things that are built into the aligners, right? These aren't like separate things that we need to bond on to the teeth?
Yeah, exactly, Leon. They're integrated into the aligner itself, which is very different than the bonded buttons. And that's how you can save, emergency visits.
Got it. So, Jason, let me address an elephant in the room, and which is that there's been a lot of recent industry coverage about IP, intellectual property, and Angel. Joe Hogan, the CEO of Align Technology, discussed his perspective on protecting innovation and IP. So, how do you want doctors to understand Angel's approach to IP, innovation, and competition in this rapidly changing marketplace?
Yeah, Leon. First of all, Align's accusations are completely wrong, and we are vigorously contesting their accusations. We're absolutely confident that we will prevail in the courts as well as in the marketplace with orthodontists with our innovations. Angel's 20-year history of innovation was developed around some of the most complex cases in the world, as I mentioned, and we're very proud of our rich heritage of innovation over those 20 years in collaboration with orthodontists and universities. Our flexible automated manufacturing system has also been widely praised by orthodontists for taking their clinical innovative ideas and working them into clinical solutions. And that's evidenced by the fact that 70% of the Angel cases that ship are complex, comprehensive cases. So we believe in fair competition and offering high quality options for orthodontists. And Angel is committed to continuing to support the orthodontic profession by breaking the barriers of what can be treated with clear aligners.
Thanks for addressing that. We appreciate it. Just dovetailing about what you just said, we know that you plan to continue to bring innovation to the market. There's also always the question about, okay, then scale and delivery, especially for a newer participant in the North American market. So as Angel continues to grow in North America, orthodontists will naturally think about success at scale. They're concerned about consistent turnaround times, predictable pricing, the ability to deliver at higher volumes without disruption. So talk a little bit about how Angel is building the infrastructure and also the safeguards to support growth to ensure that reliability that practices are looking for when they depend on you.
Absolutely, Amy. And we completely understand that orthodontists need a reliable supplier. Angel's flexible manufacturing approach is further strengthened by our operations in Brazil and Malaysia. And in 2026, we will be ramping operations in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, bringing our products and services even closer to our U.S. customers. Many companies need volume to scale, and we've already developed the capacity for global expansion and to be able to handle the volume and growth because we built it before we entered the U.S. market.
So Jason, I want you to put on your future focus glasses right now. And I want you to look beyond 2026 and let us know what should orthodontists be paying attention to, not just with Angel, but with the broader evolution of clear aligners and digital orthodontics over the next few years.
Yeah, Leon, I would say take back your brand as an orthodontist. It's your expertise that patients are coming to you for. And really focus on using products that give you predictable results that you and your patients are looking for, which allow you to treat with less effort, fewer visits, fewer emergencies, and shorter treatment times. Also consider the benefits that new aligner innovations offer you to expand the scope of cases that you're currently treating with clear aligners. The future is definitely in digital orthodontics. And, will it entirely replace wires and brackets? Probably not. But it will make your practice more efficient. And for your listeners here, if they've ever sat in a lecture with Chris Benson or perhaps watched your podcast, I believe you had Chris on.
Yeah.
He has plenty of data that shows that clear aligners, although it's an investment, it can make your practice more efficient. And within 12 to 18 months, most practices will get through that learning curve, gain greater efficiency in their workflows, and be able to carry larger patient loads and increase their ROI on their bottom line, driving greater profitability.
And not to mention that, patients are looking for aligner therapy. They're asking for
Absolutely.
it. They, the lifestyle elements, the lifestyle benefits that aligners offer not only to adults, but also, as you mentioned, I think what's the product called? Angel Kid.
Angel Kid. That's it.
Yeah. And when is that coming out?
We're going to be doing a full launch at the AAO coming up this year in 2026.
Yeah, that's great. And there's opportunity there, in my opinion, as the parent of a 7-year-old who's going to be, in treatment. A responsible 7-year-old is a great aligner candidate, so there's I think a real need for that type of product. So, well, Jason, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today. We appreciate it. If our listeners would like some more information about Angel, about the technologies that you mentioned, how best to reach out?
Yeah, Amy, they can find more information about our innovative products and services at angelaligner.com. We also have several continuing education programs that doctors can attend. They can learn about the benefits of our products, our simple workflows, and the clinical performance to treat a full scope of cases. In fact, we had Dr. Anita Bhavnani speak at Women in Orthodontics. That was in Arizona on January 16th. And Dr. Willa Diane presented a lunch and learn at the AAO Midwinter meeting in Phoenix on January 23rd. So we have an upcoming meeting actually in February 26th to 28th in Maui, Hawaii, where We will feature Dr. Chris Teeters, Dr. Alex Waldman, and Dr. Jenny Shu, and they'll be presenting on clinical approaches to challenging cases. And if any of your orthodontic listeners love to travel internationally, we have a symposium coming up in Asia Pacific in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, which will be an exciting meeting. So really the best way they could reach us, if they want to reach us by phone or email, all that information is on the 4Doctors page of our website, or they can email me directly. I'd be happy to respond, and they can reach me at jason.tabb@angelliner.com. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, we appreciate you being here. Thanks so much, and Happy New Year.
It's been a true pleasure, Amy. Thank you. Thank you, Leon, and Happy New Year to you as well.
Thanks, Jason.
You can subscribe or download other episodes of the Golden Age of Orthodontics on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube if you want to see us, or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you enjoyed it, we'd appreciate you telling a colleague. And of course, for more information about People in Practice, you can visit our website at pplpractice.com.
Thanks for watching and or listening. And yeah, I do believe that all orthodontic treatment will start with a digital scan. And yes, a large portion of them will be in the aligner space, but there's also an area of fixed appliances that will be also digitally produced. So I want to give a big shout out to KL Owen. We couldn't do the podcast without their support. We live in a digital world, and KL Owen is leading the way with their custom solution, which includes a digital indirect bonding workflow, a custom prescription for every tooth, and a portfolio of custom bracket options. As a Golden Age listener, you can get a special introductory offer on our partner page at pplpractice.com. If you'd like to contact me with any marketing questions, or you're looking for the best marketing company out there, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, or shoot me an email at leon@pplpractice.com. And most importantly, remember that for forward-thinking orthodontists, it's never been a better time to be an orthodontist. We are in the golden age, so take advantage of it. Bye-bye for now. Thank you for listening to the Golden Age of Orthodontics podcast. Subscribe to our podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or visit our website at pplpractice.com.